Ladies and gentlemen, our top focus continues to be the protest by the doctor and a resounding, growing demand for justice for the family of the 31-year-old who was raped, brutalized and murdered. It's taken the Calcutta High Court to ask the very tough questions that thousands of protesting students have been asking in scores of others across the country. 5 days since a young woman doctor was raped, brutalized and murdered inside the hospital. The High Court today transferred the case to the CBI, saying they worry about the possibility of tampering of the evidence. And remember, this comes just a day after Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee went on to say that she would hand over the probe to the CBI only if the Kolkata police is not able to crack this by Sunday. By the way, it didn't stop just at this. The Calcutta High Court tore into the Mamata Banerjee government asking why was there an urgency to appoint a principal who had resigned from Card Medical College as a principal of another medical college. Instead, the court said he needs to go on a long leave, to say the least, seeking a copy of his resignation letter and saying if he doesn't proceed on leave, they would order to do so. Well, within hours, the doctor did proceed on leave. It didn't stop there. The court spoke about the lapses on the part of the medical college and the administration. Not just the college, ladies and gentlemen, but the administration as well. In fact, a PIL before the court stated that the parents of the 31-year-old who was raped, brutalized and murdered were informed over the phone that she was sick. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what the parents were informed over the phone first, that she was sick. 15 minutes later, the PIL claims that the parents were informed over the phone that she died by suicide. And it's only after hours of waiting and finally being able to see the body that they sensed a different reality. The mother, in fact, has told the media that they had to beg and fall on the feet of authorities and wait for hours before being able to see their daughter's body. At this point, I'm being joined by our reporters from different parts. Do we have Tapas with us? All right, as my team is trying to connect to Tapas S Gupta, let's also try and understand what's at stake. All right, Tapas joins us. Tapas, good evening. Tapas, there are such scathing questions from the High Court. All of this, even as protests are only intensifying. What are the students now saying? Most importantly, what is the hospital, what is the government saying? The questions are directed at them, directly at them.
Well, see, there were three basic demands that was decided and placed forward by the students, the doctors, yesterday after holding a GV meeting. And that was a CBI inquiry or a court-monitored inquiry. Secondly, they demanded that proper security measures should be there for all the doctors working in all the medical colleges and hospitals. Third, they wanted a strong action against Sandeep Ghosh, who was later reappointed as a principal of Calcutta National Medical College. Now, the court have clearly directed that Sandeep Ghosh will have to go for a long leave, so he's not there. Now, the court have ordered for a CBI inquiry that went in favor of the protesting doctors. Now remains is the adequate measures and security apparatus in place for the doctors in all the government medical colleges and hospitals. The government have assured, the health secretary even came on camera stating that all measures would be taken now to ensure the safety and security of the doctors across the state of West Bengal. The students are happy, but still they believe that long is to be done. They wanted immediate handover of the case to the CBI as they were apprehensive that delay in the handover process could mean tampering run with the evidences. That could be a possibility. So that have happened. The CBI, as we speak, is at Tala police station right now, where the first FIR was lodged. The CBI is there to take the certified copy of the FIR. That means you can say that CBI have now taken over the case, and by tomorrow the case diary and all of the evidences will be handed over to the CBI. So what we have been given to understand that the students of Arjikar and other doctor fraternity, they are deliberating what their next course of action would be. It is in most likelihood they will hold another GB meeting and they will discuss whether to withdraw the seized work or not, because we have seen the emergency and non-emergency services getting affected badly, and it's a precarious situation across all the government hospitals across the state and also across the nation. Today, while giving observation, the High Court have even appealed to the doctors to withdraw strike and go back to their work, as the situation is not very good as far as patients are concerned. Even we witnessed since very early in the morning today. Now, it remains to be seen after the CBI was handed over this case, after Shundip Ghosh was sent on long leave, and after the government have assured adequate security measures, what else the action would be taken? Again, what would be the decision of the students, that what would be their next further course of action is something we need to wait for a while to hear from them. Back to you.
Right. Tapas, thank you very much for joining us. Let's just quickly go over to my colleague Nikhil Lakhwani at this point. Nikhil, you are at AIIMS where doctors are protesting. Anger for what happened in Kolkata has been witnessed across the country. Doctors, young women, interns, trainees, all of them are out protesting, Nikhil. How are they responding to what the court has said, to the handover to the CBI, and also the very scathing observations really that the court has said? Are they planning to continue their protests? What do you know, Nikhil? Go ahead, please.
Well, Sneha, currently we are reporting from outside the AIIMS, which is one of the prominent central government-run facility, and we are currently in conversation. We are joined by Dr. Rishiraj, who is the General Secretary for the FEMA, which is equally important when it comes to the Doctors Association. डेली सर हम देख रहे हैं कि सर्विसेज इम्पैक्ट हो रही हैं, आप लोग भी प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं। सीबीआई को जांच दे दी गई है, प्रिंसिपल का रेजिग्नेशन की बात हो रही है, आप कह रहे हैं कि ट्रांसफर कर दिया गया है। किस तरीके से प्रोटेस्ट आगे बढ़ेगा? क्या सीबीआई इंक्वायरी के बाद अब थोड़ा सा ठंडा पड़ेगा मामला, कैसे देखते?
सर, हम लोग का प्राइमरी जो सीबीआई इंक्वायरी है वो तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, हम लोग का डिमांड था, बट द मेन थिंग इज दैट कि सेंट्रल प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट, सेंट्रल हेल्थ केयर प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट एक होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि जब तक वो एक्ट लागू नहीं होगा तब तक एक भय का माहौल, जो भी असोल्टर्स है या जो भी ऐसे जो तथ्य में काम करते हैं, जो कि असोल्ट करते हैं, मारते हैं, जैसे कि अभी हमारे रेसिडेंट डॉक्टर्स का ब्रूटल रेप एंड मर्डर हुआ था, तो वैसे केसेस में लोगों के अंदर भय पैदा होना चाहिए कि ऐसा नियम कानून है कि अगर ऐसा वापस कुछ करने का सोचे भी तो भी इसके पीछे ऐसा स्ट्रिक्ट रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस है कि आपको हार्ड से हार्ड सजा मिल सकता है।
एक मैं जनरल पब्लिक के अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए समझना चाहूंगा, जो सीपीए की आप लोग बात करते हैं, सेंट्रल प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट, वो है या उसमें अमेंडमेंट आप लोग चाह रहे हैं?
देखिए, जब हम लोग को कोविड पैंडेमिक था वो टाइम पर ये एक्ट लागू हुआ था, बट आफ्टर दैट एक्ट मतलब कि डीएक्टिव हो गया, तो अभी जाके अभी के लिए कोई टाइप का सीपी नहीं है। हम लोग का ये मांग है कि सेंट्रल हेल्थ केयर प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट होना चाहिए, जिसके चलते डॉक्टर्स को अपने आप को सेफगार्ड करना पड़ेगा, गवर्नमेंट अपने डॉक्टर्स को सेफगार्ड करना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो ऐसा माहौल, ये कोई पहली इंसिडेंट नहीं है सर कि जिसमें ऐसा कुछ हुआ है। हाँ, ब्रूटल रेप एंड मर्डर ही पहला हुआ है, बाकी आप अगर देखोगे सोशल मीडिया पे, आप अगर सिर्फ ओपन करके देखोगे तो कितने ऐसे इंसिडेंट्स है कितने स्टेट्स में जहां पे डॉक्टर्स असोल्टेड हुए हैं।
ठीक है, ये आपने वैलिड पॉइंट रेज किया। आखिरी सवाल मैं आपसे लूंगा, प्रोटेस्ट किस तरफ आप जाते हुए देख रहे हैं? क्योंकि ओपीडी सर्विसेज, खासकर आपको पता है एम्स जैसी फैसिलिटी हो, अपोजिट में सफदरजंग है, लोगों को महीनों, कुछ लोगों को बहुत लंबा टाइम लगता है, उसके बाद अगर सर्विसेज नहीं मिल पाए, कहाँ जाके ये प्रोटेस्ट रुकेगा?
देखिए, हम लोग का सर बहुत, हम लोग का जो डिमांड्स का लिस्ट जो हम लोग ने तैयार किया था और हम लोग ने सबको सर्कुलेट भी हुआ है, मीडिया पे है, उससे एक थर्ड मांग था सेंट्रल प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट का। तो हम लोग का ये वापस रिक्वेस्ट रहेगा गवर्नमेंट से एंड हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री से कि प्लीज एटलीस्ट जो सेंट्रल प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट है वो हम लोग का एक जेन्युइन डिमांड है, हम लोग कुछ अलग या हम लोग कुछ ऐसा डिमांड नहीं करे जो कि नहीं मान सकते। सेंट्रल प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट के लिए तो कितने एविडेंसेस है जहां पे ये हुआ है, तो ये हम लोग का डिमांड अभी के लिए सबकी बहुत, जो अभी हम लोग का पूरा फुल मोमेंटम है कि जब तक सीपीए नहीं होगा तब तक हम लोग स्ट्राइक विड्रॉ नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि सर अगर अभी स्ट्राइक विड्रॉ कर देंगे या कुछ भी होगा तो वापस चीज होगा ही है, एंड ये है कि चीज होगा। इसलिए हम लोग का बहुत जेन्युइन रिक्वेस्ट है गवर्नमेंट से टू काइंडली थिंक on implementing the CPA or at least form the committee for CPA.
Okay, Dr. Rishi, thank you so much for speaking to us. So as we have already told you, and Sneha, just allow me with some couple of seconds additionally. These are the doctors who have come here to mark their protest. These are the part of the IMA South Delhi, I am being told. And sir, I assume you are the IMA president for South Delhi region. Talk to us about how exactly do you view the situation. There are the talks as well, which is currently ongoing with the government. What are your views on this?
So definitely our views is that it's a very alarming situation right now. It's the main thing which we are absolutely worried about is the security of the doctors. You know, this thing happened in a government medical college, inside the college. So our first thing which comes to our mind is definitely my children also, they are in Maulana Azad, they are in Hindu Rao. I mean, they just go, and that is supposed to be the safest place. And we are catering to anything and anybody, any sort of patient can come, any sort of person can come. So the security labs is the biggest thing. So what definitely we want as an IMA South Delhi branch family, we are all here, and it comprises of about 5,000 doctors, all the private hospitals, from different hospitals people have come. So our first thing is the security for the children, for the RDAs, for the doctors, in all the hospitals, in the government as well as other hospitals. And second thing which comes to our mind is like, what about, you know, when we see these things, the most problematic thing is there is no format in which this should happen. You know, it is very random. A person is, or anybody's daughter or a girl or a doctor who's so tired, who's just going back to relax or something, and she's not safe there. And finally, there has been such a big hue and cry about this. There are so many agencies, you know, even associations like IMA, then there are like FODA, then FIMA. We are all fighting for it. Associations like even the Medscape, there are so many, they are fighting for it. And we just want that the national bill, which has been in the box like for so many years for the violence against doctors. You know, there are so many violences happening and still there is nothing.
Okay, I'll come back to you, sir. But also what we are going to show our viewers that these are the group of doctors. These are from the IMA, Indian Medical Association, particularly from the South Delhi branch. And in a short while from now, they are going to carry out the candlelight march. And gradually, Sneha, we are going to see more and more gathering, which is going to be experienced to mark their protest. Let's take a quick word from some of the women doctors as well. Ma'am, as a women doctor, how do you view the situation?
I feel our girls, I am Dr. Pal from Apollo Hospital, and I have been president of IMA South Delhi branch. And I feel my juniors, especially girls, are so unsafe in the premises where they are coming to serve people, serve patients. And they are getting up all night. It is very, very unfortunate such thing has happened. Our first demand is there should be fast track investigation, and nobody should be spared. Whatever their coverage of whatever political or whatever they have, they should not be spared, so that the rest of the fraternity is ready to serve the country, especially the ladies.
Okay, ma'am, the case has been transferred to the CBI already. There is verbal communication which is currently ongoing with that of the IMA president with the health minister. Do you see there is going to be some solution in the days to come? Because on one side the protest continues to take place, on another side there are patients as well who are equally facing the brunt.
Now, the problem is that the government of West Bengal is trying to hide the whole situation. They are not coming out with the truth. And that's the sad part of the whole story. So if CBI can really dig out the real culprits, because the culprit they have shown doesn't seem to be the real culprit. We are still in the dark. This is a matter of women's safety. It is just not about doctor only. It's about a woman's safety. And a woman who's working inside the hospital can be brutally raped and murdered like this. It has to be much deeper than just simple lack of security. There is deeper, much bigger problem which hasn't come out in the surface, which the government of the state is trying to hide. I am a Bengali myself, and I feel outraged. As a woman, I'm outraged. As a doctor, I'm outraged. And as a Bengali also, I'm outraged. This is the state of affairs.
Okay, so this is the word which is coming in clearly from the side of the IMA in particular. On one side, we are also seeing that hundreds of the RDA members who are the junior doctors, they are protesting day by day, on another side, the IMA have also joined the chorus. And as we have already mentioned, that in a short while from now, they are going to carry out the candle march. But at the same time, they have raised their concerns with the kind of the investigation which currently taking place as far as the matter is concerned. Back to you.
Right. Nikhil, thank you very much for joining us with those details. I'm also being joined at this point by Diptasya Jash, who's a spokesperson for BJP, as well as Tauseef Rahman, spokesperson for TMC. Thank you very much, both of you, for joining us. This is a hugely worrying, bothersome issue right before us. I'm told Tauseef Rahman's connection is not stable. So for that reason, I will go to, okay, I'm told Tauseef Rahman is ready. All right. So Tauseef Rahman, my first question to you, obviously because the questions from the High Court are scathing. And it's not just to the college, but also to the administration. How is the government going to answer this?
Like the court orders and no one is above the law. But you have to understand when we are talking about Kolkata police was taking over the case from the very first day, they have delivered whatever they can. And the Honorable Chief Minister of West Bengal, she said, the case is open. We can hand over this case to CBI in 4 days or 5 days because the investigation is going on. And every time the CBI has claimed that the local police doesn't want to support us, whether it's a political fight or whatsoever. So this time the Kolkata police wanted to support everything before the CBI comes. And not to forget, the main accused has been arrested in 10 hours. Again, this is not a big thing. It is our duty to do that. But, claiming that there is something to hide, the West Bengal is hiding something, it is a little bit unfair, ma'am. Because from the very first day, the Chief Minister of West Bengal has clearly stated that I am with the students, I am with these protesters who are protesting outside the medical colleges because their demands are valid. It is non-void. The first priority is the safety of the students, and many things have been sanctioned and been programs. And if you ask the victim's family and if you ask any protester, they have never stated one thing that the FIR or anything has been delayed. Everything was on time. But yes, there has been a security lapse and we have to take care of
Tauseef
everything.
Rahman, let's just go one by one. I allow you. In fact, I have a BJP panelist, but before I make this political and take it to the BJP to ask you the questions or to answer their concerns or to respond to their concerns, Tauseef Rahman, I have some questions. You right now said Mamata Banerjee was open to a CBI probe in a matter of 3 to 4 days. No. This incident happened on Friday morning. Mamata Banerjee said we are open to CBI. That's correct. She said that. But she said if the police does not crack it till Sunday, which means how many days? 9 days. 9 to 10 days. Friday to Sunday. Correct? So it's not 3 to 4 days. That's point number one. Point number two. The family. Look at what the family is saying. We were first informed the child is sick. And then we were informed that it's a death by suicide. And then after reaching there, pleading, falling on the feet of the people who were there in the hospital, we get to see the body. That's the family of a 31-year-old girl who was raped, brutalized and murdered. Tauseef Rahman, what, and I'm asking you, I'm not asking you this question. Yesterday I would have possibly asked you this question and I did, the panelist. But my question is what the High Court has asked. What was the rush for a principal who resigned to be assigned as a principal of another college? How powerful was he or how influential was he? I'm not asking this. The court is asking this.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. I mean, there is no way that whatever you're speaking, I understand today I'm not as a spokesperson or politician sitting on the camera. And you being not an anchor, I totally understand you giving me a neutral thing. You are telling me what the people is asking for and whatever the court has asked, it's valid, ma'am. But there was a point when the Honorable Chief Minister of West Bengal, she asked the principal to just shift from this and that because she was waiting that something has to be done. Because, if you think the whole responsibility was on the principal, no, it was not. It was 99% yes on the principal, but the superintendent was involved as well. This was a bizarre connection when someone called at the family's house saying that there is a suicide. There is no state. It's becoming a big blunder when someone calling at 5 a.m. in the morning that your daughter is doing has been suffering from suicide or something like that. It is not accepted at all, ma'am. We never said that there has been something to hide or whatsoever. You're absolutely fine. And these were the points when the Honorable Chief Minister of West Bengal wanted to take out the insider, that who has been involved inside this RGKar hospital, which by my experience, I think the CBI is not that fair, and they seeing the result, seeing their, whatever results they have. So it would be have been better that 5, 6, 7, 9 days would have been inside the Kolkata police. But again, we totally welcome the Kolkata
You were
High
claiming,
Court's
sir,
order.
that it would have
And
been
of
better.
course,
The court said they're very worried that the evidence would be tampered. Diptasya Josh, do you realize what's happening? Now the opposition rule states are saying, where is CBI fair? At the
No,
end
I
of
will.
the
I
day,
will.
it's ordinary citizens and the victims who are at the peak of the grind.
No, I will start by giving you an update. Just sometime back, the news came in that after the court has ordered a CBI probe in front of the police, the PWD department of the state has started construction work in that area, in the adjacent area of the seminar room. So the area which should have been restricted for anyone to go there, now they are doing a construction work in that area. So from this, you know that what they are trying to hide and how desperate they are. Are you getting like what I'm saying? That they are breaking the walls.
No, but
they are breaking the tiles of the adjacent area. Means from where the forensic evidence could be collected. That area they have broken now
Tausifur
for a
Rahman, do you want to
renovation
respond to
work.
that?
So this is
Tausifur
the
Rahman, do
state.
you want to
So
respond to
now I
that?
will tell you,
Hold
see
on,
this Sandeep
Diptasya Josh. I'll
Ghosh.
just come back to you. You've made a very important
Okay.
statement. Let me get a response, please. Allow me that. Tausifur Rahman, please respond.
it is completely wrong to say that the state is defending any individual. This is the same reason why the multiple officials have been removed by the state itself, because the laxity and indifference has no place in Bengal. We have said this before also, and we are saying that this again, our only
Removed and
aim
then
is for
appointed
a
in other
speedy trial,
places.
and
No, I did
it is
not get the answer
absolutely
that
fine,
why
ma'am.
the wall has been broken and why the tiles has been broken today after the
No,
court has ordered the CBI
Tausifur
probe.
Rahman, just asking you a question of what Diptasya Josh is saying. Is it true that right adjacent to the seminar room, I'm trying to understand the facts here because this is a fact that's thrown me off guard. My reporter did not report this. I don't know the truth of it.
No, just
Diptasya Josh, who's a
10
spokesperson
minutes.
of BJP, is saying this. Tausifur Rahman, you are the spokesperson of TMC. Please correct him or tell us the fact. Is the renovation work that started right next to the seminar room where the horrible crime of rape, brutalization, and murder eventually took place?
And this is what I wanted to explain. This if these people sitting on national television want to try and trace the whole situation, which the renovation work is, it's not even a renovation work. It is going on process, which I heard from the LOP leader of opposition. Also, he was saying that achanak se kaam shuru ho gaya. I mean, we have nothing to hide. These were the normal work which was going on all over the RG car. If you see the RG car backside of the building, also there's a construction work is going on from last 6 months. Then that is a repairing work. So if our daughter, we have lost our daughter, the doctors have lost their colleague. Now you want to say that there is some construction going on to hide the whole case, which the Honorable Chief Minister has already said that we
Is
are
this
with
right next to the
everyone and we can
seminar
take
room is
all the
what we are
action.
trying to understand. And has the police given that a clearance? Would you know that?
Clearance about what? I mean, that's not a construction going on, or the files are being hidden over there. I mean, it's a case of rape and murder, man. There is nothing to hide. There is nothing to hide. If you want to twist this
Okay.
thing, I mean, not
Diptasya
you,
Josh, we'll
but if
get
the
more
BJP.
facts on that. We'll look into that aspect as well. I mean, it's been 5 days since the horrible crime has taken place.
No, see, and I will tell
that
you
that room,
this
all the
this
evidence and the forensic reports that would have to be taken, in all likely would have had to be taken. There would have been crisscross and trespassing happening all over. I don't know what the situation on the ground is. Nonetheless, Diptasya, Josh, do you want to respond to the fact of how West Bengal has responded to the CBI? They say they don't
no no
trust.
no, I will tell you. See, in criminal case, this is NCRB data 2022, 2023. West Bengal did not provide any data to NCRB. In 2022, the CBI success rate for criminal case is 70%, whereas West Bengal police success rate in terms of torture on women or rape or murder of women is 2.07%. and they are talking about success with a 2.2% of success rate. You know, this the police commissioner Vineet Goyal, he was the same person who was the DIG CID when the Kamduni incident happened. And what happened after that? All the accused gone scot free. And the High Court said the case was so loosely constructed by the government of West Bengal, by the CID, that nobody could be punished and there was no conclusive evidence. That was the observation made by Calcutta High Court. And Supreme Court upheld that same observation. Ultimately, what happened? Nobody got punished. This was the capability of the so-called best police of the world, quote unquote.
Tausif Rahman.
And Vineet Goyal was the DIG CID of the
Tausif Rahman.
police
And
that time.
this is what I don't want to give a political statement and reply to BJP people that they're sitting like a hawk. We want justice. We want the truth should
No,
come out, whether
justice
it's
how?
CBI
You
or
want
Kolkata
justice
police.
how? How you want to ensure the justice? By keeping the principal in his post and giving a prize transfer position within 4 hours? This is
Allow
not the
him, Mr.
first time.
Diptasya Josh. I allowed you fair time to speak. Mr. Diptasya Josh, I allowed you fair time to speak. Kindly allow Tausif Rahman. Please go ahead.
If you want to give some speech for your getting votes back in West Bengal,
And
that's
can you
not
be a
going
little
to
louder,
happen. We are
please, sir?
only concerned about the daughter we have lost. We are only concerned. Now we know how CBI is biased with West Bengal and what CBI has done with West Bengal people. Even the bird gets killed, the CBI jumps over here. But when something is very serious, the CBI waits for the court's instruction. Now this is what we have seen. But end of the day, we just want justice, we just want truth, and we want each and every one to stay behind the bars, and we want a death penalty. Sir, I want to ask you something. Why don't you people inside the parliament pass an ordinance for a death penalty whoever does rape? The Trinamool Congress will stand with the BJP. Can you do that? Can you pass this law in 1 week? I am telling you, Abhishek Bandyopadhyay and Mamata Banerjee will stand inside the parliament and we will pass this ordinance together. Can you do that, ma'am? Can you do that, sir? Instead of making a hawk.
Sorry, what is this
and
ordinance
making
about?
a
I couldn't get you
rallies
very
and
clearly, Tausif Rahman. Can you repeat that?
Ma'am, I mean, the BJP is talking so much. I just want to ask the BJP people, can they pass an ordinance, a law inside the parliament for the death penalty, whoever does rape, for the rapist? Can they do that? Because Trinamool Congress wants to support that ordinance.
You know,
We can
Tausif
pass that
Rahman, what
ordinance
you're raising is
altogether.
an important point. What you're raising is an important point, but that itself is a bone of contention, and it's beyond politics as well. Even India and the society may be quite divided on that. While you're, of course, making a political point here with Diptasya Josh, the focus right now for our show is what's unfolding with a 31-year-old and her family and doctors across the country. Diptasya Josh, while we are saying so much about Kolkata, just the last question to you. There are protests across states, even in BJP-ruled states. Can you say this will not happen in states that are being ruled by the BJP?
No, see, what this rape and the torture on women, this is not an incident that does not happen in India. It can happen. But what make us angry is that an incident has happened, and since there are few influential persons are involved, that's why you are trying to cover it up. So what we expect that if an incident has happened, you should take strong action. He was talking about law and ordinance. He don't know that in BNS already there are such provisions where the should get punished with death sentence.
All right,
and
we're
where
totally out of time. Diptasya Josh and Tausif Rahman, thank you very much for joining us. But Diptasya Josh, just one last thing. Just one last thing, Diptasya Josh. You said what angers us that all of this is happening and there's a cover-up. Let me tell you this, that's just one part of our anger. The second part of the anger is that this has happened in a safe workplace. And third thing that is happening is the way women are out on streets across the country. There is anger across the states and worry that this may happen yet again. And are we prepared for it? And fourth, of course, the court asked some very scathing questions, and TMC and Mamata Banerjee government has to answer that. There's no going away from that. But let me just make it very clear. India should be in a position to ensure that women can be safe. We are far from it, and unfortunately, how this case is handled just is a case in point. Thank you both of you for joining.